So yesterday was kind of a rough day for me, y'all, emotionally and spiritually speaking. God allowed me to be triggered, right? To show me that I'm not as healed as I thought I was. Even to let me know that I low-key have been mad at God. Yeah, I didn't really, I'm super transparent, on my journey, on this faith journey that I'm on. And I'm also super transparent when it comes to my relationship with God, right? To God. You know what I'm saying? I had let God know yesterday that I was mad at him. And he doesn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? So I did apologize this morning because he hasn't done anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't. But my abandonment wound was triggered, so I was upset with God. And y'all know, especially if you've been following my journey for a while, that, me being out here in Washington and just waiting, basically in my waiting season for, whatever it is that God has for me. I've been in hotels, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't been in my home and what have you. And I was just mad. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at God. I was mad at my husband, I was just mad, y'all. And I know God is using me to help others. You know what I'm saying? That's, me coming on TikTok and sharing my journey is something God wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if y'all are familiar with Coach Zenobia, I think I'm saying her name right. She had posted a video, I think it was yesterday, how it was brought to her attention that she was the ram in the bush for other people, like her going through what she was going through in her marriage and coming out of it. She was going to be the ram in the bush for others who are currently going through what she went through. And maybe that's what I am to others, so they can see, because God is going to get the glory out of this. I already know, you know what I'm saying? He is going to get the glory out of this. My story is not over. This is just a temporary, you know what I'm saying, season, what have you. And I know that God is going to come through for me. And it's to show God through me to you of what he say he's going to do, he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So but at the same time, when I come on here and it's still my same situation, sometimes I feel bad for y'all, because it's dang, bro, she's been out here for a while and nothing has changed, and so I would feel I low-key was upset with God, because I'm dang, bro, where are you? Why am I still here? What else needs to happen? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I was just getting upset about it, and then I got triggered, abandonment wounds that I had resurfaced regarding my husband. But all God is doing is trying to help me. You know what I'm saying? He's pruning me. He's transforming me. He's bringing to surface all these wounds and hurts and traumas that I have suppressed. And that's what I've done, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've suppressed my traumas. I've suppressed my hurt. I thought I was good, and turns out I'm really not, and maybe that's just something I've been doing the majority of my life, is just suppressing, you know what I'm saying, the hurt and trauma and just moving forward, right? But I never it was never addressed. It was never actually healed. It was just pushed down. And also on this kingdom spouse journey, right? When me and my spouse separated, I felt emotionally abandoned. It was just a lot, y'all. There's been a lot that I haven't talked about with that, just because I don't want to. But it really set me back. But I thought that I was okay. You know what I'm saying? I was super close, in my relationship with God, and just talking to him about it, praying to him about it. And I was okay, but deep down, I was still hurt and triggered, and I had no idea until yesterday. And it's the old mindset, right? Like he says in the book of Isaiah, behold, I'm doing something new. Do you not perceive it? You have to let go of the old, of the past, of that old mindset. And I low-key haven't, and I thought I did, and it's so funny, because I want to show you guys something. I don't know if you guys remember, and I've talked about this before, but in comments, because people have asked me, the very first sign that I asked regarding my husband, if he was my husband, right, my God-ordained husband, was a lime green colored car, okay, because it's uncommon, it's rare, you don't see them that often, what have you. So anyway, yesterday when I was driving, I saw a lime green colored car, right, and there was the numbers 1414 were on the car, so I pulled it up in the Strong, and it means to be able, to have power, to be capable, right? I am powerful, have power, am able, am mighty. So down here in the usage, right, it says this term is closely related to the concept of divine empowerment, where believers are enabled by God's power to fulfill his purposes. It often conveys the idea of being capable or having the strength to accomplish a task or overcome an obstacle, right? The New Testament, however, redefines power through the lens of divine enablement, emphasizing that true strength comes from God. Now, I didn't ask God to see a lime green colored car, y'all. To be honest with you, my sign from God regarding my husband had changed since then, because of everything that we went through before, and I talked about that, y'all. But the fact that I saw a lime green colored car and then the numbers 1414 and what it means was just God showing me that I have the power to overcome, you know what I'm saying, what I'm going through, to fulfill his purposes, right? I told you guys before, your marriage is it's not about you. There's a purpose, there's a kingdom purpose for it, and me going through the things I'm going through with my husband, you know what I'm saying, even on this journey, it's all for a purpose, God's purpose, for his glory, you know what I'm saying, and for his kingdom, regarding people assigned to me that God has assigned to me, he has people assigned to you for his purpose, your calling. And I wasn't second guessing, you know what I'm saying, my, husband or anything like that. I know he's my husband. I have faith in everything. I don't doubt God. I don't doubt the promises of God. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but it was just his way of just reminding me, Ashley, this is a purpose, and you have your strength through me to overcome this obstacle, to overcome the things that you're going through, you know what I'm saying, to fulfill the purpose that I have for you. And something one of my friends reminded me of yesterday, and I want you guys to remember this as well. Jesus suffered for us. He did, y'all. He was beat, he was spit on, he was whipped, he was crucified for us because he loved us. You know what I'm saying? And just like I tell you in his word, like we have to suffer as well. We're obviously not in that same manner, but our own sufferings, you know, it's just what's going to happen. You know, so me going through this and suffering, you know, it's just me fulfilling my duties as a follower of Christ. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exempt from suffering, just like the word says. I know God is doing beautiful, amazing things for me and for you. You know what I'm saying? I know he is, y'all. And that's why my faith is as strong as it is, because I know who God is, bro. Like, I know what he's capable of. You know what I'm saying? Like, my spirit knows these things. Like, I know, and I'm not giving up because I know who God is. You know, it's just my flesh gets weak because it's like, dang, bro, like, when is it going to happen? But I feel like it's close, y'all. I really freaking do. You know what I'm saying? The way God has been dropping words into me and reassuring me and encouraging me to keep going, I know that it's close. I wouldn't be attacked the way that I am if I wasn't, you know, as close as I am. Also had got this morning, 2467, which means Jubilee, right? Jubilee, a significant event in the Hebrew calendar occurring every 50th year, right? It was a time of liberation and restoration where slaves were freed, debts were forgiven, and the land was returned to its original owners, okay? This concept is deeply rooted in the idea of divine justice, mercy, and emphasizing God's provision and the importance of rest and renewal. The Jubilee served as a reminder of God's sovereignty over the land and his provision for his people. Amen. So again, it's like God is reassuring me, bro, like, Ashley, it's coming. Your renewal, your restoration, you know, your marriage, your home, your new beginnings. You're like, I'm already in my promised land, y'all. I've told you guys before that it just doesn't look, you know what I'm saying, like the promised land. But you guys got to remember too, when God brought the Israelites to the promised land, it didn't look, they still had to fight. There were still battles that had to be won, you know what I'm saying, in order for them to take over. You know, so it's the same concept with me. Like, I, you know, went in blind or what have you, and, you know, that was my fault. Like, I just thought everything was going to be smooth sailing, and that's just not the case. But that's okay, because just like the 14:14, like, God, I have strength through God to overcome all these obstacles, all these tasks, all these assignments to fulfill the purpose that he has for me. I love my Lord. I do, y'all. I love God so freaking much, bro, because he's just done so much for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worthy of any of it, you know, but he does so much for me. And my faith is very, very strong because I mean, I came cross country, you know what I'm saying, based on faith, took a leap out on faith, right? And so I know God's going to reward me for that. And I know that y'all, and I'm going to share it with you guys because you are going to see the glory of God through me. You know what I'm saying? To know that he's going to do what he says he's going to freaking do, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've had prayers answered. You know what I'm saying? All my prayers have been answered. I'm just waiting for it to come into fruition, you know, and that's okay. You know, I'm